was on the field much of the first half, including those 2 very long drives we just talked about. So they're going to get winded, a little bit gassed towards the end of this game, and if the Express can keep it turned up offensively, then I think the Raiders' conditioning is going to show. We'll see if they're ready to go and if coaches had them ready, but hard to prepare for such a humid day as this. Looking forward to the second half. We'll see what kind of adjustments the coaches made in the locker room.
Well, Jimmy McCauley did not address that factor, as you so eloquently put it. Kevin Hillman touched upon it briefly, but he says in looking back and looking ahead, what we want to do with each ball game, improve on the last effort, meaning a full game complement. Well, they won their first game of the season. It's the little things that seem, you string them together, and they will prove to be maybe beneficial. We'll see if the Raiders come out rejoiced. They came out on the field here just a few moments ago and seemed to be very pumped. And for the Express, a little bit of a contrast that I noticed, very matter-of-fact, very business-like, but not a lot of emotion.
Right. No matter how much coaches try to prepare their athletes for, look at this week's game is this week's game, it's going to be difficult to convince a Horseheads kid that, listen, we can play with these guys this year. I know we've struggled over the years, but you've got to believe in yourselves and believe you can make it happen. On the other hand, it's hard for the Express coaching staff to get their players to realize this team is a good team. We need to be ready for them. They've experienced throughout their lives the Express dominating the Raiders, at least at the varsity level. So the coaches now know, and so do the players, that we have 2 evenly matched teams here today, and they've both come to play.
So at this point of this ball game, with this Express team, you don't think there's a case of overconfidence?
Well, I think maybe they had a little bit early on, but now they've had a chance to refocus in the locker room. They know they're in a ball game, but coaches can emphasize the positives from the first half. They were moving the football effectively. Right. They need to finish those drives. And on the other hand, the Raiders can believe in themselves, knowing we can make this happen. We've got to play another half of football. And really, in essence, obviously, everyone here understands it would be a huge upset for the Horseheads Blue Raiders to defeat the Express. Coach Hillman himself said a low-scoring game, he told you, Bob, would be much more a benefit to the Raiders than a high-scoring game. He's got exactly what he was looking for.
Well, in the first meeting of the team captains, Horseheads won the coin toss, but they deferred, so they will receive the ball to begin the second half here. Again, to get you caught up, it is a 7-6 lead for the Raiders. Here's the kickoff from Connor Pronoski. Long booming kick. And Bosket will wisely let it roll into the end zone. We'll start at the 20. And the Raiders, led by Jack Chalk. The line play, Nate Fairweather. And the guards today, Thomas Powers and Corbin Isett. The tackles today are Tyler Rogan and Josh Ajeka. And, of course, an assortment of people in the backfield, including Jesse Wintermute, Noah Bosket, Trevor Felinchek, a few other assorted people. And, of course, we have Andrew Clark as a wide receiver. Here's a running play. And along the sidelines, and they run out of room just a little bit. Well, that's Felinchek on the carry.
So they came back to the play that was successful to start the game for him. A little jet sweep to the left for Felinchek.
All right, so the Raiders come to work. Did I mention? Yes, I was going to say, did I mention Nate Fairweather? But yes, I did, and he's the first young man out over the ball. Jack Chalk calls for the ball. It's a running play. Left side, Wintermute stumbling forward and just across the 45-yard line. Huge gain, more importantly, a Raider first down. Jimmy McCauley not very happy. Unhappy with the execution or lack of by his mates. Noah Bosket, no, it will be Jack Chalk trying to sidestep a couple of tackles or would-be tacklers, making the stop. Jared Marshall, right or near the line of scrimmage.
In the first,
Go ahead.
In the first half, Coach Hillman did a nice job mixing up the pass and the run. So far, all run, but we'll see what happens here on 2nd and long.
So 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. They have a man in motion. Sweep left side, running that little jet sweep to no avail, and bounced out of bounds is Chris Ames. Ames saw quite a bit of playing time against Waverly last week. This is the first time we've called his name today, and that may be for an assortment of reasons. Maybe they saw something from their other fellas that might be banged up a little bit, perhaps. I mean, they've been hitting hard.
And they're going to try to rotate a little bit, keep people fresh. So here we go, 3rd and long.
Ames goes out of the football game. Clark's ready in the gun. Cocks the ball, fires downfield, and it is complete. Pulled in by the Raiders' Bob Patchen. Am I get it right that time?
So that looks like about 31 yards to Bobby Patchen. And just like that, they do go back to the air, and Jack Chalk is on the money. This kid has done a great job. He had a great game in his opening varsity start last week and showing it again today.
At the 34-yard line of Elmira, Felinchek in motion. Felinchek, he's got a corner. Will continue to run. There is a flag in the backfield.
Flag on the play, number 15, Felinchek on the carry.
Felinchek with a huge gain, but it looks to me like the flag well could have gone against Bobby Patchen as he was bowing over, maybe realizing that he had committed that foul.
You can pick up your winnings at the...
So they talked to the Express defense, and they're going to take it. Nick Root says yes, as he looked to the sideline, got his coaches okay, so now they will walk it off.
Holding penalty on the Raiders.
That moves the ball back to the 48-yard line of Elmira. Raider ball. 1st and a long way to go.
Down and 22.
Here we go once again. Bosket in motion, rolling out right side, throwing the pass. It's complete to Andrew Clark. Clark down the sideline. He's going to go the distance. Touchdown. Andrew Clark from the 48-yard line.
Soft pass complete to number 14, Andrew Clark.
So just like that, they come out of the locker room. They take 2.5 minutes, and we have a couple of flags on the field. So we'll wait and see what we've got over there. Looks like the preliminary signal from one of the officials to the referee is unsportsmanlike, maybe an excessive celebration or something, but we'll wait and see. What a beautiful cut by Andrew. Got a block down there, and Jack Chalk with another beautiful pass. So it'll be a 48-yard completion and a touchdown if it stands. It looks like it might be after, so it will stand. Going to assess it on the kickoff, so the unsportsmanlike. So a 6-play drive that covers 80 yards for the Raiders coming out of the locker room, and they will line up for the PAT with Andrew Clark.
The set, the kick, good.
Extra point is good. And with 9:42 to go in the...
So it is a 14-6 lead, fans. We didn't stutter, and the Raiders are out in front of the Express on our game of the day from RLMsports.net.